Welcome to a brand new edition of I Cook, You Measure. I'm your host, Jen Mueller, and I might be giving up my spot today for a guy who was really comfortable on camera and in the kitchen, Mr. Mike Cameron.
Yes.
MLB career that lasted...
Too long.
That's not true.
17 years.
17 years.
Yes.
He is a legend across baseball for any number of reasons. We will get into that conversation as we start cooking. You can tell that we are on location. This is not my kitchen, but I had to get close to where Mike Cameron was going to be, that is near a baseball field. So today, the meal that we are going to make, I love this one. It is Italian sausage skillet with farro greens and beans. Here's why I love it. We're on location, so I don't have all of the ingredients in my house.
Yes.
Everything comes together in one pot, so I don't need a lot of ingredients. I don't need a lot of tools, instruments, implements, that sort of thing.
Got you.
It's very tasty and it comes together very fast. So after a long day at the field, this is what you would make. You know what? We are far enough into this conversation that I keep going for something to drink and I don't have anything to drink.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna look to you to solve this problem because you know that I like to cook with wine. You like to drink wine.
Definitely.
And cook with wine.
Yes.
So I have picked a Washington wine. I'm gonna have you do the honors.
Okay. Just gonna have me do the honors.
That's right. This is a great one. Mark Ryan has a tasting room in Woodinville. This is the Dissident, and it is a red blend. It's gonna have some Cab, it's gonna have some Merlot. It's gonna go well.
Yes.
All right, moment of truth here.
Come on.
It's like a technician.
Yes, it is. You gotta work with it.
There you go.
Yes, indeed. If I didn't get that out, I was afraid if Jamie Moyer saw this, he would literally.
I was gonna say Jamie Edgar's pretty big into wine.
Yes.
That would have caused some problems.
Edgar would probably wouldn't say much. He would just laugh at me, but Jamie would be the one to get on me. It's like, dude, you get on TV and you can't even open the wine up. So.
I would just say, look, I am convinced you have enough practice. I think you're probably good with that.
Yes, yes. To the point where I just use the electric one now. Just come on out.
You'd think that I'd have one of those. I do not.
Well, maybe there may be a
gift. You know
gift.
what I do though sometimes? I choose the twist off caps just because they're easy.
That's not a bad idea.
Well, sometimes you get to a certain point in the evening, you're like, what's available? Whatever's a twist off top.
Would you like to have a taste of it first?
I would like to have a taste of that first.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. That's exactly what I thought.
Okay. I went ahead and filled mine up because I figured you would like it already. Because you're supposed to wait. You're supposed to hold it right here.
That's true.
And let you taste it up.
That's true. Okay, now that we've got some wine.
What are we cheering to?
To you cooking.
Also you too.
Okay.
Sharing the cooking.
Sharing the cooking. That's actually not how this works.
Okay.
I guess kind of, but you're gonna do the hard work here.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Great, I need you to chop an onion.
Got you.
So here's what we're gonna do. We've already started some sausage here on the hot plate. The recipe calls for Italian turkey sausage. I just found some Italian sausage. I picked the hot version. You could do a sweet Italian. I like just a little bit more kick to mine, but given how many ingredients we're gonna be adding, I think it's all gonna balance and it's not gonna be very overwhelming. So if we take a look at this, we've got the skillet already going. We're gonna brown this for about 5 to 7 minutes. Quite honestly, we are just about there.
Okay.
You are going to give me an onion that is a small dice.
Got you.
And then we're gonna put 3 garlic cloves in here. And because the sausage already has a good amount of fat in there, we can add some olive oil if the pan gets dry, but right now it doesn't look like that. There's gonna be enough to just saute those veggies down just a little bit.
Okay.
Everything after that is like a piece of cake. Look at you work with this knife over here.
Yeah.
So who's the cook in your house now?
I do a lot of cooking. I do it all the time. My daughter just called me yesterday while I was playing golf with Goody and Ichiro. She's like, Dad, so how do you do your lamb chops on the grill? And just kind of like.
Your daughter's making lamb chops?
Yeah, so I just taught her a different way to kind of season them and kind of saute them a little bit before she puts them on the grill.
Nice name drop. That was a good flex on your part.
Yeah.
Can I just play? I was just playing with Goody. I was just playing with Ichi.
Yeah. Ichiro, and then he left on us.
Do you want to tell this story?
We were playing golf yesterday, and it was a little windy. Ichiro shows up in these, his nice, stylish shorts.
He's very stylish.
Yeah, so I know playing in Arizona, when the sun goes down, it's gonna get a little cool, and we already knew it was gonna get a little windy. And so we're playing, we get to like the 12th hole. We made the turn. We get to the 12th hole. Ichiro hits his ball. Everyone hits the ball. The wind is kind of in our face now. It's Goody's birthday. He just turned 40 yesterday.
Happy birthday, Goody.
Yeah, so, and we're playing with Alan also, and we get up to the hole, and Ichiro knocks his ball in, and he just goes to his cart. So me, Alan, and Goody are still on there trying to, finish our shot. So Ichiro sends Alan to us to tell me and Goody that he's done playing. It's too cold for him. It's too windy. I look at Goody, I'm like, where did they do that at? It's not raining, like the sun is out. It's just really windy, and it's starting to get a little chilly. And he just gives us like the little, I'll see you later, like I'm gone. It's like, and I said, well, Goody, do you want to finish? And Alan did it so like very, very, very like professional. He was like, hey, I'm sorry. Ichiro says that he's cold, he's ready to go. Ichiro didn't say nothing to us. He went straight to his cart, got on his cart, and waved at us goodbye.
Here, I need you to get 3 of these diced up.
Got you.
Do you know how to do this? Do you do garlic?
Yeah, I can do this one.
I mean, not to pause the story, but
Yeah.
if we don't do this, dinner doesn't get on the table in time. Okay,
All right,
watch this.
show me.
So if you put flat plate,
yeah. Yes.
so when you do that, then
Yeah,
that
all
should
the
just pop
shell
off a
comes
little
off.
easier.
Well, look at that.
I don't like touching garlic all that much because
Yeah.
then my fingers smell like garlic.
It's healthy though.
Now I need you to reach over and get me some kale.
All right.
And actually,
Which one?
well, we're gonna need both.
Okay.
I'm gonna try not to make a mess here. So here's what we're gonna do. We've got 2 different kinds of kale. This is already pre-cut. Again, I'm trying to make this easy because I don't have everything that I would normally have in my kitchen.
Okay.
What we're gonna do is just add a few handfuls of each of these and let it cook down. So it looks like this is a ridiculous amount of kale. We're gonna saute them down so much that it's going to just end up, you're gonna see the color more than you're gonna taste the flavor of
Gotcha,
that.
gotcha.
What they're asking for is a medium bunch of curly kale and then this kind of kale, Tuscan kale. So the next couple things we add are pantry staples.
Gotcha.
This is a lot of kale. We're gonna cook this down just a little bit.
Got a top?
We do have a top. Here's what I would like for you to do. Can you use that can
Yes.
opener? I'll move this out of the way.
Okay. There's one.
Yep, dump that whole thing in there. So if you could also open this,
The beans.
and you can see that kale is starting to wilt down
Yes,
just a
it
little bit
is.
more. Yeah. He's so good at the kitchen. Also, he used to intimidate me a lot. So the fact that I'm standing here cooking with him shows big growth and progress. in our
Why
relationship.
would I be intimidating to you?
Oh, I don't know. Your entire class of players was intimidating to me.
Really?
Yeah,
Why so?
because you're like the old school guys.
Oh yeah, but we're cool though.
Well, you are now. Imagine it being my first baseball team that I was covering. FYI, my only baseball team I've really covered is the Rangers. The next thing I'm going to have you do is farro.
Farro.
I love farro as a grain.
is
Do
a
you
good
cook with
one.
that often?
You know what? I've never tried the farro, so
Really?
you're making it. You're making me interested in something now like this.
I love it. I will often cook this instead of quinoa or brown rice and put it as a bowl, as a healthy grain bowl sort of thing. We're gonna add a
Gotcha.
cup. Once everything goes in here, by the way, it just sits there. It sits there so you can go and do whatever it is that you need to do in between. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yes.
Go ahead and dump that in there. And then while you've got that, why don't we add 2.5 cups water?
Gotcha.
So we can adjust the water after the fact. If you end up adding too much at the beginning, it's okay, it'll cook off. There's a lot of goodness in there. Okay, let's add just a little bit of seasoning on this. I love red pepper. You can add as much
I
red
do.
pepper as you want. What I would say is this actually calls for 1.5 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. Now, instead of having Italian seasoning, I have basil and oregano, and we're gonna add a little bit of salt. I've got some of this. You can freehand it if you want.
How much?
Or you can measure it out. It says 1.5 teaspoons of Italian seasoning.
Well, we're gonna do it. Gotta do it right.
See how I measured it over the pancake? That's smart. Not only do you not dirty the countertop, but any extra. And you can be heavy-handed on the seasonings if you like one more than the other.
I like both.
Okay.
Oregano gives a little more kick to it.
And I'm gonna tell you that when I make this one, I tend to add some red pepper flakes at the end, but if you know that you like spice.
Well, you've told me already that your sausage is already.
It is spicy, so you might wanna wait.
So. And
then let's put 1/2 teaspoon of salt in there. Oh, you can do that, because I bet your grandma taught you that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're cooking with love. You're cooking with love. Okay, that's it. That's all we're gonna do. We're gonna stir this up. We're gonna bring the heat up just a little bit. I know it's gonna gurgle over our conversation.
Yes.
We're gonna simmer most of the water out of it.
Okay.
And we're gonna cook it until the farro is tender. So that's gonna be about 25 minutes according to the recipe. I am gonna put a lid on this, by the way, just to help it along.
Okay.
Look at that.
Perfect.
And now you can sit back and now you can just tell stories and drink wine.
I know, right?
Isn't this perfect?
Yes.
I love this.
Yes.
All right, well, since you're so good in the kitchen, let's do Virtual Master Chef presented by Safeway. I'm gonna give you 5 ingredients. You tell me what you would make with these 5 ingredients. You ready?
Okay.
Mango, quinoa, chicken, arugula, and jalapeno.
It would be probably a mango chicken salad with arugula and quinoa. Yes, I would make, or some type of bowl.
Yep.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Ah, that was too easy. How about this one? Let's see how far the
Spectrum.
the palette and the spectrum go.
Okay.
Chickpeas, harissa, eggplant, zucchini, and chicken.
Whoa, she definitely jumped on that one. Harissa.
Harissa is like a spice. It's a paste.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's red.
Yes,
you can see the seeds in it.
Yes. Harissa, chickpeas.
Eggplant, zucchini, and chicken.
I probably would make like a eggplant parmesan with a side of like grilled chicken or something.
And then what are you gonna do with the zucchini?
Oh yeah, the zucchini. I would probably just cook the chickpeas separately. Let me see. Well, maybe. Yeah, I probably would do that, but I would like saute the zucchini.
Okay. I'm gonna blow your mind with what I'm gonna suggest.
Tell me.
Because I didn't know that you liked lamb.
Yes.
This goes really well with lamb. So if you substitute lamb for chicken right here, you could make a dish, and I actually do make something. I make a lamb kebab.
Oh yeah.
With ground lamb, not the lamb pops. I make a ground lamb that has, you put it on a bed of zucchini, chickpeas, and harissa to give it some spice. But if you throw the eggplant in there, that would almost be like a ratatouille kind of a thing. Like that's what I would.
You learn something new in the kitchen every day.
You've learned 2 new things today.
That's true. That's true.
I want you to plate this though real quick because this is real hot.
Okay.
But I want you to try it, but I think, you tell me, I think we look pretty good right there.
Yeah, I think it's.
I mean, I think if I were to
wilted
do, this is dangerous.
Look at you.
It's dangerous.
You just
Do you think I'm gonna learn my lesson on this one? Well, I just wanted to taste, just
like
a
the
little.
beans or the little.
Just a little piece of farro. Are you really gonna do that? Are you tasting? You taste it. You're gonna burn your tongue off.
You said you wanted a little bit of
Just a little chew to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to get on TV and stick the thing back in there, so.
That's how you cook.
I know that's how you cook, but we're cooking here. And
I are the ones cooking.
Okay.
We're not at a restaurant. How are your teeth so white all the time, by the way?
Well, I'm very dark for one thing.
Face. The prettiest. You're just one of the prettiest people.
You're gonna make me blush. Thank you so much.
You already know that. It's not like that's the first time you're hearing that from me or anybody else.
I'm very grateful.
We've talked about this openly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He hears it all the time. Can you grab those two white plates? I'm gonna put this behind me.
Okay.
I just want to dish up, and I can grab you a different spoon.
That is good. Wow.
Why do you sound so surprised?
I'm not, but man.
It's so easy and it's so good, right?
Yeah. You guys got any like containers? I may take this home for the night.
It's almost better the next day. Like, it's really good right now. Damn. It's almost better the next day.
This is like a dish that can go in an Italian restaurant right here.
Have you thought about a career as a chef?
No, you know what? No, I like to tend to stay in my, I feel like I'm a chef in my house.
Oh, totally.
You know what I'm saying? And I can also, I feel confident when someone comes over to eat that,
Oh yeah. Here, pop a little cheese on that, and then we'll put that up front to show how pretty it is. Yes. Yeah. Maybe a little red flakes on it just for some color.
Oh yeah, most definitely. How much cheese do you like?
I like a lot of cheese, but
let's
not overdo it. Here's a fun fact. When I get home from Mariners games at night and something like this, like shaved cheese is a problem for me.
Why?
Because it's really easy to eat straight out of the container with a half glass of wine while I'm standing in front of the open refrigerator door at 11:30 at night. Yeah. Do other people do this? Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, my gosh. I mean.
Yes.
Look at what we did.
Yes.
Now, wait a minute. Before we try this, you were also known as the man who replaced Ken Griffey Jr.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
I would say, though, the fact that people come up to you and talk to you about your 4 home run game first proves, and we already knew this, proves you created your own name for yourself.
Definitely. It took me a while to realize that, but people really don't know what mentally what I went through, going through this and understanding what was transpiring with the player, 50th, one of the what is it, 50 greatest, 100?
Yeah, one of the top,
greatest players of all time at the time. And all the accolades that he had done, and he had been a pillar for the community of Seattle and brought so much excitement for so long. And I had to, although 4 other guys came with me in the trade, I was the one that was kind of like walking in the shadows of Ken Griffey Jr. And it happened on February 9th. Spring training starts on February 16, 17. So there was a lot that was going on really fast, and it gave me anxiety, to be honest with you, because there was nothing I can do, And so I'm like, what am I gonna do, to do anything of the caliber of what this guy does? He hits 50, I only hit like 20. And so I started playing these mind games with myself and kind of created my own anxiety, so to speak. And probably the best thing that happened to me was when I got to spring training here for the first time in Peoria, my locker was by Jay Buhner, and he was like, well, first of all, Lou called me. He's like,
Pinella?
Yes, Lou Pinella called me. He's like, you know what, kid? He's like, you're a pretty good player, and we're gonna make you better. We got a good team around you, so. And I was like, man, all I can think about, though, was every time I played against the Seattle Mariners was Lou kicking something, knocking something over, and cussing out everybody. And I'm like, how is that gonna benefit me? This is like technically
he does have some great great base throwing,
definitely.
hat kicking.
The best, probably the best all time.
Yes,
You know,
question.
other than Lord McClendon, you know, slinging a couple out there.
So true. I covered him too.
But, you know, like it was, it didn't hit me until I got here. And once I got to spring training, the baseball aspect was like my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And so now it was like, okay, you should never put numbers on anything. And I said, well, I just started saying, well, I'm not gonna hit 50. I already know that. I mean, especially in this ballpark. You know, at the time it was called Safeco. And I said, well, I know I can at least hit 20 something, but I can run. I actually still run. I'm like young, I still run. So whatever I don't do, and defensively, I never worried about anything. Like that was kind of like my saving grace, so to speak. Having a good spring training and going into the season, the nervousness because we opened up at home. The only bad part about me being traded for Ken Griffey Jr. and opening up in Seattle, we opened up against the Boston Red Sox, and Pedro Martinez was the starting pitcher. And
Whoops.
I didn't fare too well that day, but we got, you know, through that series and we were actually playing pretty well. And we got to that first game of that Yankee series, and that's when I robbed that home run. And it's like, you know, like if people look at that game per se, the way when I caught the ball, I was so secure of myself that the ball was literally on the tip of my glove, and I come back and flip it over and flip it up in the air and flip it in this hand. It's like, I really did that. The look in the people's eyes were amazing. Like the standing ovation I got. I mean, the standing ovation, I knew I was at home. I felt like I was at home when not only did I make that catch, it wasn't a third out, but they gave me a standing ovation coming in. I was leading off, I punched out, and they still gave me a standing ovation. And so that was like, you know what? This is gonna work out pretty good.
And it did.
Yeah, sure enough, it worked out pretty well for me.
You wanna try this?
Most definitely.
Okay, let's get you a fork.
All right. Look at that. Look, even the sauce just kind of did his own thing.
Okay. Here, let's swap plates. Look, this
Yeah.
is a U-sized portion.
Okay.
Okay.
You know,
Moment of
Mark.
truth.
Yes, it is.
You gotta get like a bite with all the good stuff.
Everything. A little spicy, but
Okay.
she can cook.
Well, you can cook. You were cooking with me.
I just help.
Oh, that's not true. Wait. I think I think you're getting spice off of the red pepper flakes that you put
That's
on top.
most definitely. Because we switched plates. She said she liked red pepper flakes.
I'm so Oh my gosh, I just set you up to have a mouth on fire.
It's okay. I'm definitely taking some of this home.
And with the wine, like the red blend,
Yeah.
it works really well, I think. It stands up to some strong flavors. It doesn't overpower it.
Everything. Pretty good.
He can do this.
Huh.
He can do this.
She's really good.
He's really good. And I really appreciate Mike Cameron stopping by to help with the measuring, and appreciate you for watching. Look, it is so fun to be able to cook with friends and to tell stories and to connect over food, but I know that that is not possible for everyone, which is why for every episode of I Cook, You Measure, a donation is being made to a nonprofit working to end food insecurity in our community. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to his stories. We'll see you next time.
And it's healthy. I knew like your food looked good on TV and on social media. I was like,
Are you still rolling on this, by the way?
I do. Like, I was like, damn.
I Cook, You Measure is presented by Ascend Hospitality Group, a Black and female-led independent restaurant group based in Bellevue, Washington. The collection of concepts proudly employs more than 700 people in Washington, Oregon, Utah, and Arizona. Committed to elevating the communities it serves, AHG invests wholly in both its team members and its guests to take service to the next level. Learn more at ascendhg.com.